aba and Nejumedian so. And then Majumenie made a bremo every Dodowa. Mr Stanley. Mr Stanley Tsigbey or call into mushroom farming. It's and then anybody in Kumo afa Jumedia or the Ewa hand sale. Mr. Tsigbey, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm highly favored.
How is work?
Work is ongoing well.
We thank God. Can you please tell us a little about yourself?
Okay. My name is Stanley Tornam Tsigbey, a young graduate, and I've been into mushroom farming for 6 years now. I was doing poultry, but in the year 2016 I had a problem. There was this outbreak of bird flu, and it took away all my best. So I decided to concentrate on the mushroom, and which is okay, and that's what I'm doing for now.
Okay, that's fine. How easy is it to go into mushroom farming?
Mushroom farming, the cost involved is not that much. The materials we use for the production, we get them at the sawmill. We use sawdust,
Okay.
the smooth one, you know the sawdust. We use sawdust, and we get some rice brown and lime somewhere.
Rice brown. When you say
Rice brown.
what is rice brown?
The rice brown, you see, when they take off the rice, the chaff with the little particles,
Okay.
yeah, it's what we call the rice brown. So we mix these three things.
You mentioned lime.
Yeah, we call it whitewash. When you go to these electrical shops, and you said you want to buy whitewash, they can get it for you.
Okay.
But in place of that, we can also use ash. You see, when you set fire with wood, the ash, those whites, those ashes, we can use it to make. So we mix sawdust, rice brown, and then the whitewash I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you are done with preparing the substrate, you go to crop research and get your seeds to inoculate.
Oh, so we have seed for
Yeah, we have seed.
mushroom.
Mushroom, we have seed.
I never knew.
And it's a lab work.
Oh.
It's a lab work. We produce it in the lab.
Well, how different is the mushroom in the bush to the one that is being cultivated in the home?
I don't. In terms of the nutritional, there's no difference. It's the same.
Oh, okay.
Because you see, the one in the bush come from a rotten wood. Let's say, palm trees that are rot. You see that the mushroom will come out of it. The same thing. These are wood that we try to decompose them to grow the mushroom on it. So there's no difference. There's no much difference.
Okay, so you were talking about the process.
Yeah.
So after you mixing the sawdust and then the lime and then you rice brown.
Okay. With the preparation of the substrate, we have a ratio.
Okay.
The sawdust, the rice brown, and then the lime. We just don't mix it.
Oh.
We have a ratio for that. And when you mix it, you must soak it with water very well. Then you tell it.
How many days do you have to do that?
It takes 1 month for it to decompose. So in every 4 days, you have to go and turn it. You have to go and turn the sawdust.
Do you have a special place that you have to put it for it to decompose, or you can just leave it on the sun?
No, I have a platform. A platform like, as you can, let's say a platform, this kind of cemented floor. Yeah, where I mix it.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be on a cemented floor.
With sunlight?
Sun, no problem. When you are preparing the compost, you don't need the sun. The sun doesn't pose like a problem.
Oh, okay.
But when it's time for cropping, you need to crop it in a room.
Any reason?
Actually, mushroom, we don't produce it outside. When you are cropping, we don't do the cropping outside. We do it inside. And in the inside too, we have to make sure that we have the temperature. We have to control the temperature. So in mushroom production, if you don't have water, you can't produce mushroom.
Oh, okay. Therefore, and one you go so can you better try your husband. You better try and come on. I reform my quava, Edinburgh, you made the issue. Mr. Stanley, I asked earlier that can anyone venture into it, or how easy is it for someone to go into mushroom farming?
Very, very easy. The process involved are not that much, and the cost involved are not also that much.
Okay.
But it takes discipline. One needs to be disciplined before you can go into the mushroom production.
Okay. If you say discipline,
yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Discipline, I mean the stages involved. We have, should I say, 4 stages.
Okay.
Let's say compost preparation, which is a substrate I'm talking about. Then after that, we do bagging. The bagging, after you bag, you have to sterilize it, sterilization.
Can you tell us something small
about the sterilization?
Yeah.
The sterilization is when, can I bring a sample of the bagging I'm talking about? If, can I?
Yeah, you can.
So just give me a minute. So this is the bagging I'm talking about. We use a rubber this way, and we bag it inside this rubber. And then when you finish the bagging, we try to sterilize it by steam. We use a barrel, we use tank. Then you put pellets at the basement, then you fetch water. And then the water will just be under this is the pallet. Then you arrange the bags in the tanks.
Do you have any, maybe you cut under the rubber so that water can enter?
No, water doesn't enter. We use steam, vapor.
Okay.
Water will not go in. So what we will do is that when we arrange it in the tank, we make sure that we close the tank very well, so that some of the vapor will not,
Come out.
So you sterilize it. It will be on the fire for 3 good hours. The reason for the sterilization is for the bag not to, for the bag to stick longer. That is one. Secondly, for this bacteria infestation not to have effect on the spawn that we'll be using to inoculate the bags. The seed, we call it spawn.
Oh, okay.
The seed is what we call the spawn.
I see.
So when we put the seed on it, is when we say we are inoculating the bags.
Okay.
So when you put the seed, you leave it in the culture room. We have culture room, and then we have cropping house.
Okay, so can you please differentiate between the culture and the cropping?
Yeah, the culture room is when we inoculate these bags. We leave it down there for it to be inoculated. It will turn into white. The spawn will inoculate this, and this sawdust inside here will be completely white.
Okay.
And it's going to be in the culture room for 6 weeks. Then after that, you take it from there to the cropping house, which means it is ready for you to start cropping. Then you can go and take off the rubber and you start watering.
So with all these processes, before you see mushroom coming out of
this rubber,
how long is it going to take from start to harvest?
Okay, the compost or the substrate preparation takes 1 month. It takes 6 weeks for the bags to mature in the culture room, which is 2.5 months. Then you can start cropping. The moment you open these bags and you start watering, 5 days you start harvesting.
5 days.
5 solid days you start harvesting. and you will harvest these bags for 3 months. 3 months.
Each bag.
Yeah, you harvest it for 3 months.
So how many mushrooms will you get from one bag?
One bag. One bag. What we do is that, like, if you open 500 bags, I can't give you specific number of a bag, the kinds of mushroom that it can produce. But if you have 500 bags, this 500, and the bags is well prepared and well inoculated, when you open, you will get 10 kilos. 10 kilos.
10 kilos.
Yeah, from 10 to 15 kilos of mushroom. 500 bags should give you that. 10 to 15 kilos. For the first flash. So if you have invested, let's say you have invested 2,000 Ghana cedis. Actually, 2,000 Ghana cedis can produce 3,000 bags.
Okay.
Yeah, and a bag, the first, second flash should give you the cost of production.
Oh.
Yeah, your first flash, which is your first harvest, the second flash, which is the second harvest, should give you the cost of production.
It means mushroom farming is very lucrative.
It's very lucrative if you get to the market.
Okay, so how do you get to the market?
We have markets in Tema. There are some markets in Accra. We have hotels that consume mushroom a lot. So if you fall on these hotels and you go with agreement, like you go into agreement with them that you have you are into mushroom production and you want to be supplying them, it is good.
Okay.
Yeah, so the market is not a problem. There is market. But the problem is that we are not able to meet the demand.
Oh, okay. It means that we need more hands on deck.
Yes.
We need a lot more people to venture into mushroom farming.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell us a little about the nutritional values of mushroom?
Mushroom is good for children because it contains protein. The protein content is very good. It's good. It's very good. It's also good for the aged. People who are placed on diets that they don't take meat, they can shift to mushroom.
Okay, it means the vegetarians.
It's good for them. So the nutritional value, the protein content, there's fiber. You can talk of all the nutritional, but it's very good.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. And the mind is that I would also like to use this platform to, there's something which I really want to venture into.
Okay.
Using mushroom.
Okay.
It's not common. It's called mushroom kebab. No, okay, mushroom sausage, not the kebab. The kebab, people are doing it. We use mushroom for kebab. I hope you know.
No,
you don't know, you have no idea. We use mushroom for drinks. I hope you are aware of that.
I mean, I'm very naive about mushrooms.
They pick some nutritional value, in mushroom. When there are these HIV/AIDS drugs they are producing, they pick some elements, they pick some nutritional value in there.
Interesting.
Yeah, so mushroom play a very important role in our system. So
that's interesting.
So very soon, just be expect. Pray for me to get money. So that I'll go in for...
Once you're on my platform, why not?
Yeah, to go in for mushroom sausage. Because I'm a graduate, so, earlier on I said, I completed school 2013.
Yeah.
My first degree, and after service, no job. So I said, let me start something. That is why I started this.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I've been inside for some years now.
That's right. This place is quite small. Are you looking at expanding it or making a mushroom farm, a whole big? Are we looking at something in the next future, like having a very big farm?
Oh yes, this has been in my proposal. I want to have a very big farm because
solely mushrooms.
For mushrooms, and as I said, I told you that I want to enter into mushroom sausage. So it means that I need a very big space to produce much more, to produce more, so that I'll be able to meet that demand. So in the next 2-3 years, in your return, coming back. When you are coming back,
I think we will not be coming here.
No, you'll not come here.
Maybe somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Here is too small. This is just a structure which I have rented. So I will have a place of my own and then sell something big.
We are interested in our hand. Say, you ever try to smart? You buy ever to us. Mr. Stanley, and I saw you watering the how do you call that, the bags?
Yeah, that is mushroom bags.
Mushroom bags, yeah. So how often do you have to water that?
Depending on the weather. If we have a very hot weather, the surface of the bags gets dry quickly, so we do watering. We do the watering regularly. So in a day, if the weather is very hot, you can water 4 or 3 times, 3 to 4 times.
Oh.
Yeah, but if the day is okay, the weather is very cold, maybe during the rainy season, you see that the weather is very cool, so you can water twice, maybe in the morning and then in the evening. That is, so you make sure that always the surface is wet.
Oh, okay.
Not that dry.
Are you looking at getting people on board? Say, if somebody wants to learn how to venture into mushroom production, are you willing to offer them some education?
Oh yes, I do train farmers. I train a lot of farmers. I had a training for extension officers also in the Ministry of Agri in Shai Usubeku district. I went for my master's. I came back in 2016. No, 2020. Yeah, just last year. And I just want to be engaged. So I was doing the mushroom, or let me say I'm doing the mushroom and still doing national service with them. So I had a training for extension officers so that they'll go and train their farmers. They also brought some 30 farmers around for me to train them, which I've done a training for them. And I also established farm for people.
Oh,
yeah,
mushroom farm.
Mushroom farm. I established one mushroom farm for someone at Malijo.
Okay.
And we have already prepared back. And very soon, maybe in the next 2 weeks, we'll start cropping. So if you don't mind, maybe in the next 2 weeks, I'll bring you back. You have to visit the place and see what I'm talking about. So I set up farms for people from the start. I will teach you how to raise your structure. I will teach you how to prepare prepare the compost, which is the substrate. I will teach you how to do the bagging, and I will teach you how to sterilize. I will teach you how to inoculate, and I will teach you how to crop. The cropping. If I talk about cropping, how to harvest the mushroom.
Oh, okay.
We just don't go in there and then because the mushroom has come, you have to harvest. No, we do selective harvesting. Okay. Those that are mature. So I do train people.
Does that come with a cost?
Oh, definitely. We can't do anything.
Is it that expensive?
It's not that expensive. Okay. It's not that expensive. It's not that expensive. It's
okay, not. So let's say roughly around.
If I'm taking you from scratch, from preparing the substrate, do like putting up the structure for you, doing inoculation, depending on the quantity of bags you want to produce. If you are producing maybe 3,000 bags, the 3,000 bags, I'll charge you 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah, because the reason why I said this is that when we prepare this bag and we inoculate it and it is ready for the market, we sell 1, 2 cedis, 50 pesos. So it means 1,000 is already giving you 2,500 of this. Yeah. So it's only for 1,000 is already giving you 2,500. So 3,000, that will be how much? 7,500. A lot of money. Is that also? I see. And I will sit down to do that bargain. Do all this 3,000 for you. And I'm giving you all the theory, the practical. I'll always be in your farm.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, are you looking out for investors?
Oh, definitely one. Every man need invested in his business.
Okay.
I definitely need one.
Okay. So, the youth out there, what's advice will you give it to them? There are people who are unemployed, just like you,
Yeah.
but now you have found something that you are engaged in. But there are people who also have the interests, but are still home. They are contemplating on the risk involved. So, what advice you have for them?
You know, life itself is full of risks. I believe you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's full of risks. I started this, if I would ask, the truth is, I started this with 500 bags
Okay.
because the cost of production is not that much.
Okay.
It's very easy, it's so cheap. Going for sawdust at the sawmill, nobody will sell it. You just go and collect it. And getting markets at that early age become a problem. At that early stage become a problem. So I do sell my mushroom. You know, I always take my bike. You know, go around, goes home, say I'm selling mushroom.
Looking for
I'm
customers.
looking for yeah. So I started doing that, and then you know things started moving. And then I got a market somewhere where I supposed to supply them. So every day I supply them. I don't go around to sell again. Uh, Starting it will be somehow. Am I going to get market? You'll be asking so many questions. But the thing is that start it, you will get a market. So those that are unemployed and they are at home and they are looking for white collar job, like me, I'm also looking for white collar job.
Yeah.
But I have to do something, to be able to live in this our difficult times. So they should try and do something. They can come and learn the mushroom production. If 500 Ghana, 1,000 Ghana, you can start something doing. And
Isn't necessarily that you do it on a farm or you get somewhere? Can you do it at home?
You can do it out. You just
In
have
your
a
own
structure.
house?
Have a structure. Mushroom, we do it in a room. We don't do it outside. So when you have like this structure you are seeing here, where I'm doing the farm, is an old Greek structure which has been abandoned here. You know. So when I was doing my service, and I told them that the structure here is going waste. So why don't we use the place as a mushroom farm? Because we have this experimental plot here that we do an experiment here before we discharge or we sell our seeds to farmers. So why don't we use the place for farming? And quickly we try to change the place to mushroom farm, and which we are using. So when you have a structure somewhere you are not using, convert it to mushroom house. Then you start cropping. Because it is something mushroom. When you get a very nice, a very cold place, you are free to go.
Oh, okay.
You are just good to go.
Well, and one you go see you or say who structure be fie. That structure no use. Nanso wo feel say a waste e wo ho a wo betimi a convert e dey aye bi foforo. So we are interested e wo mushroom farming a wo betimi na wa enter and as wa venture into mushroom. Or kire mu say a very lucrative. Mushroom farm is very lucrative. Enti e be eji obiara or you interested in mushroom farm say e be call into it. And yet so much expensive. They hear say you be disciplined. Ubeye discipline. Now, what venture into it now? Ube trust waba. Finally, would you like to put your numbers online if somebody needs your services? Would you like to?
Oh, no problem. Yes.
Okay.
My contact is 055 1450619. 055 1450619.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, your final words. Please tell us something. The youth out there, everyone that is watching us right now.
You know, my final words to the youth, those that are unemployed and they are in search of white collar job, they can start doing something. Yeah, because there was, it's the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've heard the minister saying that the payroll top is full. So it means we have to start doing something on our own whilst we still search for the white collar job. But we can do things, enter into mushroom farming. It's very good. I won't say it's not good, it's good. And then there are other is going into poultry business. Maybe in your next coming, I can educate people on poultry production, the youth who want to enter into poultry production. Yeah, if you don't have the money, what type of birds will you produce to be able to raise up money to start the other one? Because I've been into the poultry business also for 3 years before switching to mushroom. So the youth up there, if you are ready to learn the mushroom, learn to raise birds, to raise goats, to raise whatever. I'm an agri expert.
Okay.
I'm an agri expert, so you can contact me and then reach out to me.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you also.
I hear for any edit you made in ABC, Madam was someone I met tonight. That's a neck.